am on my way, I'm in motion. Let's go to the ocean. Yeah, let's go outside. We can hang out on the beach without freezing. Yeah, isn't that amazing? In Christmas times, we'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand. You ready? Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart. And I can promise Santa's coming to visit. No, he wouldn't miss this in Christmas times. Oh, and the sunset, it is just getting better on a blanket with the skyline painted in blue. Ooh, yeah, that's what we do. We'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand. You ready? Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart.
Happy New Year, everyone! Yes, hello, hello, and welcome back to another festive episode of Vlogmas. Today is our last day of our Crafty Vlogmas. Yes, day 32, guys. I've been going live every day with awesome people from all over the world doing the Crafty Vlogmas. And yes, it's the new year here already. It's January 1st, 2024. And yes, the future looks awesome, guys. So we have a very special guest joining us to celebrate this awesome event. Right? Last but not the least is Dawn of Crafty Visage. Dawn is not just a creator, she's a true artisan of all things beautiful and nostalgic. Her passion for crafting has taken her on a journey of turning ordinary materials into extraordinary treasures. And today she is here to share her expertise in the enchanting world of junk journaling. Yes, you probably would ask, what's a junk journal? So, for those of you who may be new to the term, a junk journal is a unique and whimsical way of preserving memories and stories using recycled materials, scraps, and ephemera. It's like a visual diary filled with creativity, and Dawn is going to be the perfect guide for us to help us dive into this magical world. Just a bit of a caveat: Dawn nor I are actually really, experts in this, but we love learning new things and creating. So I hope that you will love this episode with us. So we've got all the materials actually neatly listed in the video description below. So be sure to gather everything Dawn will be using today based on those descriptions in the list, okay? The list in the description. So from vintage papers to charming embellishments, this project is all about embracing the beauty in the seemingly ordinary, right? So grab your hot cocoa, cozy up, and let's embark on this festive crafting journey with Dawn of Crafty Visage. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you are not yet subscribed, and give us a thumbs up and share your creations with us using hashtag CraftyVisage and hashtag JunkJournalingMGI. Let's spread the holiday cheer through creativity. And so let the crafting festivities begin. And let's all welcome Dawn of Crafty Visage, first time on Mommy Guide Inc. Hi, Dawn. Happy New Year.
Hi, Happy
Hello.
New Year.
Yes. Again, thank you so much for coming in, Dawn. Okay, so for those who have come in as guests, you do know that, we have a little bit of sometimes tech issues, but thank you so much for being there and being ever so patient with me and Dawn. See, tech issue, you go away because today is a new year, right? All right. So, okay. So, Don Cordelia is in the chat saying hi to everybody. Yes. And to you and I, and to Jay and
Hi,
Blossom. Hi,
Cordelia.
Jay. Jay, okay. So, guys, J and T actually went live today. So, if you were unable to watch that, we highly suggest you do so on replay. Oh my goodness, such awesome live stream. Actually, T was an edited premiere, right? So there you go. Hi everyone from T and J. I didn't miss this intro dancing. Thank you so much, Jay. I think Jay had to, cut his stream earlier just
Oh,
to be here. Thank you so much. They really appreciate the shout out too. So it would be neat to see next what they do. I think Lynn and Bitty Penny did one together. Oh, okay. Before? Okay. So, guys, I am not into vintage or junk journaling, but I love it when I see people do it. It's just that I don't know how. What do you choose? How do you choose? Okay, those things, right? So if there are people who resonates with me, don't worry because Don is gonna do like a step by step tutorial for us. Okay, and Jay says hi,
yep.
friends. Yes, I'm curious if you have any New Year's tradition. Okay, yes, actually, I will share that to you in a little bit. Okay. Happy New Year if you're in the Americas. Yes, Happy New Year still for you guys coming in. There you go. Thank you
Yep.
so much, Jay. And of course, we have Blossom. Thank you so much for sharing, Jay, and for Blossom for being here. Me, I'm finally going to try my own hand at it this year. Yay! Same here,
Yay.
Blossom. I used to scrapbook back when I was much, much younger, and scrapbooking was a big thing. Then my life got in the way. Didn't we all, right? Didn't we all?
Yes.
Yes, living my best life at 60. Woo! Looking
Hi,
forward
Echo.
to that. Hello, hello. Thanks for dropping by. Oh,
That's my
and of
friend
course,
Echo.
hello, hello. Oh, guys, thank you, Don. Guys, do you hear echo? How's our sound? Okay, can you please help
Oh,
us if the sound is okay? That you're hearing me and Don, okay? All right. So thank you guys for being here. And of course, we have Debbie. Hello, guys. Hello, Debbie. Happy New Year. Yes, Happy New Year to everyone. Wow, someone is dressed fancy. Who? Dawn? Okay.
no, me?
Yeah.
Just a sweater and a turtleneck.
Yeah. I just opened your card. Thank you so much. Yes, Debbie. Jay, his cards doesn't stop coming, right? It's coming and coming. It's like an Energizer bunny. It's like the cards keep coming and it won't stop. You are very welcome, says Debbie. Okay. Also, you're my example of creative interpretations of snow. There you go. All right. And hi, Don from Debbie. Okay. Gosh, we are so behind the chat. Sorry, guys. Okay, I love it. The combo of glitter and some sort of paste was really fun. Yes, I think I still was able to watch that before Dawn and I had to do our tech rehearse. There you go. Dawn is all dressed up and ready for a crafty party. Yes, of course. Actually, she's just very cozy with what she's wearing right now. I'm sure
Yeah,
it's cold, right? And Mr. Frosty,
a
AVD.
little. We have
Hello.
no snow yet.
Oh, no yet. None yet. Okay, because really winter, December is just the start of winter. Is that correct?
Hmm.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. It's because
Usually by
November is
February, we're like, ah.
so November is still fall. Still
Yeah.
fall. Okay, there you go. Thank you so much.
Sometimes we've had a foot of snow
Oh no,
in October.
I hope that you guys have snow, but not storms, not snowstorms and be snowed in. I'm sure that's
Right.
pretty hard. I'm kind of reminded of Amanda Stevens' sparkly dress when she was hosting CR on her birthday. A craft roulette, right? Am I? Yes,
Oh, yeah.
yes, that's it. Okay. You are a powerhouse, Lala. Oh, thank you so much, T. T understands because she's been with me behind the scenes, right? What
Right.
happens? Hi, Meg. There you go. Master Red Mega Love shout out and hello to Meg. Cordelia, hello, 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 guys. Of course, Wims. Okay, so everybody is basically saying hi to everybody, and I'm drinking water. How beautiful you are, Dawn. Absolutely. So, what do you know, guys?
Oh,
I told Dawn, your pictures do not give you enough justice, right? You are so pretty. So, I told Dawn, I think maybe this is a suggestion for us all who actually, maybe it's the new year. It's high time for us to have a new headshot. Update our headshots for our channel, right? Because sometimes, when we started our channels, we really, oh, okay, we need a photo. Okay, what will I put? All right, so we just took out
right.
whatever photo we had, right? But this coming new year, maybe one of our list of things to do, create a new headshot. So I was telling, Dawn, maybe you can do something like that, like going like this, like that, right? So you can use it also for your thumbnails, right? Yes. Oh, there you go. And of course, we have Elizabeth. Hi, Elizabeth. And okay, of course, we have my dear friend Victor. Hola. Tech issues. What's that?
Hi,
Okay, he's
Victor.
guys. If you have tech issues, you are interested to know how to navigate through things. This is my dear friend, Basic Networks and Streaming. I live stream with him once a month, specifically to help crafters and creatives do the tech, right? So he knows a lot of the things that we need as crafters and creators when we go live. So if you have issues, message him, check him out. He's a really cool person, and he explains perfectly, really. So explain to me like Mommy Lala. Zero tech knowledge, right? There you go. All right. Oh my goodness. I can't. Audio is fine so far. Thank you. Thank you. Sounds good. Thank you. Whoo! You don't know what it was like a few minutes ago. I don't photograph well. That's why I have Sassy the unicorn. Oh, that's perfect, right? No worries. That was a suggestion in case you do want to. It's not something that you need to do, but it's just a suggestion. All right, so let's dive into this topic for today. It's junk journal. Okay, so first and foremost, before we actually thought of what we are going to collaborate with, what is our project, so I asked Dawn, and eventually, amongst all the suggestions, I said, "Oh, I love junk journal. I love junk journal because there are I love watching videos on YouTube about junk journaling, but when I try to do it, it's like how it is when you have like OCD, or you're somehow on the perfectionism wants to take over. No, that's too messy. Let's fix it. Let's make it like this and like that, right? So it's like, for me, when I do it, it seems, I feel it looks not nice, but when I see others do it, there's a rhyme and reason somehow. It looks beautiful, right? So it's just scraps of this and that, nothing really fancy, but when they put it together, oh, right? Just like mixed media. Mixed media in the beginning, when you see it, it's so messy, it doesn't look good, but when they finish, it's like, whoa, just like what T did a while ago, right, in her live stream. So I really want to understand how to do it. So I'm so grateful to Dawn that she actually agreed to do this with us. So Dawn, first and foremost, okay, how does one start with junk journal?
Well, first you want to figure out how I guess what type of journal you want.
Mm-hmm.
So do you want something that you can write in? Are you saving maybe ephemera, like you traveled a lot, Lala. Maybe you want a place that you can house all of the things that you
Mm-hmm.
picked up along your journey,
Oh
Um,
yes, I save everything. Tissue paper,
yeah, so
tickets.
you could make a junk journal for those things. And I guess the term junk journal to me, when I think about it, is just using things that I have on hand, not going and buying something. I'm just kind of throwing all of the things that I've gathered and collected, into one place to build it.
Mm.
So the next thing I think about is the size. If once I know what I'm going to use it for, I consider the size. Do I want just a 5x7, or do I want it to be, a 6x9?
So there is
That's
now
kind of how.
okay. So there isn't even like the specific standard size. This is a very
Nope,
versatile, right? So you can
you
do with
choose.
you. Oh, that's awesome. We choose,
Yeah,
right. So that's
yeah.
good.
So
So that's in a way, it's a kind of, it can be a kind of scrapbooking in itself at the same time, Jared.
yeah,
Oh, that's so pretty.
there's those little
Can we see
tiny ones. Like
can
this
we
is
see a
just a
flip
little
through of
tiny
that one?
one.
Can we see a flip
And
through,
then
Dawn, of that one?
what's that?
Can we see a flip through? Okay, there.
Oh yeah. So this is one that I did. I chose to do for a scavenger hunt that I was part of.
Uh-huh.
And we had like a prompt list, and you had to find things throughout, and hence all the numbers that are all over, and you incorporate everything into. Some people put things in a shoebox that they collected. I opted
Uh-huh.
to do mine like a junk journal. Um, and then
Wow.
there's different sizes. See how this one is bigger than this one? It just depends on what your end goal is. So this one I
Wow.
just the front is actually a piece of watercolor paper, because it
Okay.
was the prompt was to repurpose some art. So I took a piece of some flowers that I had done
That's so
real
beautiful.
loosely on watercolor, and I turned that into my journal cover. And then this is packaging from Amazon. That's what I lined it with.
Oh, love it
But
that you recycled that.
it's it's just got so many different
Oh, and
you
it
know
doesn't have to even be the same size of paper inside. I see that,
no, no, it doesn't.
Okay, I love the
And
texture.
I collect all of my junk mail envelopes, flyers, coupons,
Oh,
all kinds of things. These are like little advertisements that you pick up on on little stands,
yes.
outside of restaurants or whatever.
Yes. Or from the airport or
Yeah, from the airport,
yes.
exactly. So, and then I also incorporate things that I might make that I don't know what I'm doing with, and
Oh, you know that
they're
guy?
in
The
a
guy
in a basket.
in your photo that look like our national hero, Jose Rizal.
Really?
Yes, it really looks like
Oh my
him.
goodness. Well,
That's awesome.
this guy is wearing the prompt was a paper doll with a man in a thong.
Oh, that's so cool. I didn't realize that he was wearing a thong.
So I just drew it. I drew it because I'm like, how do I do that? I don't
That's
have
so
any such
whimsical.
thing.
That's so cute.
And then incorporating like thread and stitching, a button. So I just used a puzzle piece that I altered, and yeah. And this is
Wow.
all paper that I just stained with coffee or tea. This
Oh,
was just a background
beautiful.
that I had cut out. I had stamped, but I also incorporated some cuts from Cricut.
Oh, this
But
is
yeah,
such a
so look at
beautiful.
this.
Oh,
This is like an English muffin, like breakfast,
a
you
box
know,
from the
packaging.
yes.
And I folded it up, and it houses a big long tag. So I mean, yeah, candy wrapper.
Awesome. See, things that you think you just throw away. Okay,
Yeah,
you can repurpose, upcycle. Oh my.
this
Oh, and
is
there even flip
something from a
through.
newspaper. It just
Oh, I
folds
love
out.
that. I love those
This
photos.
is from a cinnamon candy. This is a cinnamon candy wrapper, and I used it. I did some stamping with blue and
Wow.
red, and
It's an
you can run
insert.
it through, and it
Oh,
shows the
wow.
message.
That is so cool.
So
I remember
yeah,
my
so this
childhood like a viewfinder thing. That's so nice.
exactly. So I mean, it's kind of cool. These were the prompt was artist trading cards or and gift from a friend. So these were actually made by someone else. I think they're yeah, my friend Crystal made these, so they went into the pocket this page. But Yeah, you can use pages from maps. This is a coffee filter.
Wow.
Yeah, so you
Coffee
kind of just
filter, you
you
colored
kind of
it.
collect everything and put it all in one place. So
Exactly.
this was a napkin.
Oh,
And this we
yeah,
had to include
collage.
a ransom note. So these were all cut. These I also saved magazines. Like you can get free magazines you can
Uh-huh.
pick up different places.
This is
And I
such a
just cut. Every,
it's a good challenge, Dawn. That is
yeah,
such a pretty junk
yeah.
journal.
And I know a lot of people have a hard time with tearing up books.
Uh-huh.
Um, I usually find my books. I'm actually saving a book because usually the books that I get, I pick up from our recycling center. They're
Mm-hmm.
already headed for the dumpster bin to be shredded.
Okay.
So I usually will grab them from there, and then I put them in a place like my junk journals that they're going to be kept forever, probably. Well, until my
Mm-hmm.
kids get them, and who knows what will happen.
All right. So thank
Hopefully,
you so much, Dawn, for showing us a flip through of that
yeah.
awesome junk journal, right? So now you see, for those who are coming in, you are on replay and you
Mhm.
don't know what the junk journal is. That is such a
Right.
beautiful representation of what we want, to achieve. Again, and the thing I like about it is it's like there are not many rules, right?
No, there isn't, and that's what I was going to say. I had used the art piece for this and the Amazon packaging
Let me see. Let me
on the
see. Let's go
inside,
to.
but you can also take this one
Oh,
was
another one.
actually done with a book cover.
Oh,
This one
oh,
also, it's just taking an old book and I actually just covered the book cover. So same thing.
amazing.
And there's different ways of binding. There's no rules with that either. You can use stitching. This one I used my bind it all and I just took the book cover and I bound it with like the cinch machine. The
Okay.
bind it all is a
And then
lot
you covered it
it's
with
like the
ribbon,
cinch.
lace.
Yeah. So it's spiral bound.
So
So
there is
it's
no,
it's
spiral bound, okay. Binded, okay. Right? So,
yeah, yeah. Or you can do something like this where they're not bound in at all. And this is how Tracy, she had shown me. I was like, how can I do this without stitching? And she
mm.
said, oh, this is my swatch book. She's like, just hook them in with bands or string.
Oh,
So
those are
all of the
bands. Okay,
signatures
okay.
just slide through the rubber
Oh,
bands. So
awesome.
there's no stitching
Okay, so
there.
guys,
Maybe
if you are afraid of stitching, right? You don't
yeah,
like stitching, so there are so many options that Don is showing
right.
us right now. Okay, so Don, let's go
Yep.
back to to us first. So what are we going to use today, or going to make today, in terms of our
Okay.
junk journal?
So today I figured for beginners
Mm-hmm.
that we are,
Yes.
it's easy to take just a basic sheet of paper and fold it in half to create a page. And that's what we're gonna do. So I get to the bottom of my pile.
Okay, so
Right
while
here.
Dawn is working on getting all the stuff, okay, let's just update our chat. Okay, and T is saying, I
Yeah.
think you look pretty darn cute with that cat hat. I think she is talking to ECR, right? So, yes. Okay, so again, guys, that suggestion of a headshot is just a suggestion, right? Okay, there you go. It's not something that you really need to do. Okay, cat beanies are the cutest thing, of course. Okay, cat dad J in the chat. I think I have a felt cat with cat ears. And hello, Miss Wims. Happy New Year, everyone. Thank you so much. Yes, this is my last but not the least Vlogmas. Happy New Year also. The first one to have New Year for us, guys. Giga Art from Australia. Happy New Year, Gigi. Yes, she is also an artist. Yes. Let's start journaling indeed. And hi Shay, thank you so much. Okay, so let me see if I that I need to buy new things. Hello, hello, the honest accomplice. This is Dan, guys. Thank you so much, Dan. Happy New Year for dropping by. Wim said, I do a mix of junk and scrapbook journal. I guess you just do whatever resonates with you to express yourself. I love no rules.
Yes.
There you go.
Oh, yes. I agree.
And we have Guru of Baseball Cards.
Oh,
Happy New Year,
hi,
everyone.
Guru. Thank you guys so much for coming over.
Okay, sorry guys. I had a coughing fit. Okay, so Dawn, you are gathering different papers.
Yes, I just had a bunch of papers that I had collected from my pile of, you can see this paper is so old. I think it came from the thrift store, but it's so old that it's already distressed on the edges. But this is why I like this size journal, because I can just fold papers in half. Like this is an 8.5 by 11,
Mm-hmm.
and I can just fold it in half. And this is going to be the size of the inside. We'll build the cover. That's what I was looking for. The cover.
Oh, I didn't understand it. I thought I will. Okay, now I get it. I folded it into, I cut it into 9 by 2 and then folded it. I not following instructions la. But it's okay because Dawn said it's
That's okay.
okay, whatever you have. Okay.
That's right. That's
Okay, I
right.
think
Whatever
yes,
you have.
yes. I think Jay was asking a while back how the binding was. I think you were actually also able to discuss that already. But Jay has a new question. What paper will you be working with, Mommy Guide Ink? Thank you so much, Jay. You are so nice to ask. Okay, actually, these are, you know, I attended one watercolor watercolor class, and this was actually one big one. It's a disaster. So I said,
Yeah.
okay, I think I want to turn this into my cover. Simply because although it doesn't look nice, but it can be it can look like a nice cover, right? So I cut them into like three. There's one more, and that is what I'm gonna be working on. And then the papers that I will be using, these are actually, when we do our what do you call that, Don? Gel plate printing, right?
Oh,
And
yeah.
then normally we put the monoprint on the paper that we want, and then we have like scraps of paper beside us to move or remove the paint, or the paint completely from the brayer. So these are actually my boo-boos, or the things that I this one I tried to do like watercolor and added salt, but it was didn't work out exactly, right? So all those things are actually now the things I'm going to be using as pages. So basically these are the scraps from my monoprinting disasters, as you can say, right? So but now,
Those
see,
are
that's why,
beautiful.
yes, as crafters, right? So we don't throw anything. So I think it was meant to be for this episode, right? Okay,
There
so
you
that's
go.
first. Yeah, so first let's go to, I will focus on Dawn first. So for those who are actually starting and you want to see like step by step, but I will also be working alongside Dawn at the back, and eventually us together later. Okay, so let's focus first
Yes.
on Dawn. Okay, so Dawn, how do we start?
Okay. Thank you, Lala. So today I just picked, because I have a big box that has all kinds of scrap, like cardboard and chipboard. I save cereal boxes, pizza boxes, um, toaster, granola boxes. Today, these happen to be the cardboard inserts for t-shirts that you can buy. So that's what I'm going to use for my cover today, and a piece of a cereal box. So I had mentioned that I was going to build this one based on the size of a sheet of 8.5 by 11 paper. So my cover will be a little bit bigger, but that's okay because I'll have room for it to expand.
Mhm.
So when I fold that in half, I get 8.5 by 5.5. So I chose the cover to be a 6 by 9 so that I have room. And it's probably a little bigger than most would. Maybe they would take it down maybe another half an inch. But I like to have a lot of room outside my pages. So I also put in the list for you can grab 12 by 12 scrapbook pages,
Mm-hmm.
papers, and I grabbed a few that were coordinating, um,
Mm.
and I cut them down to, I think this is a 8, um, this one is 8
Eight
by
and a
11, I
half
think,
by
because I cut my paper.
4.25. Could be.
You good, Lala?
Yes. You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, okay. I'm watching.
I,
So, guys, sorry. Sometimes I get so, caught up in watching Don do things. I forget about the chat. Sorry, guys.
oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, feel free to jump in with the chat anytime. I made sure that I had a couple inches of the paper a little bit. I wanted it a little bit bigger than my cover so that I can
Mm.
wrap it around. So I'm
Mm-mm.
basically just gluing that down. And this is a junk journal. I'm not selling it. I'm using it for my own personal use.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not like overly precise about, I know a lot of
Yes.
people are right on it about, is it exactly in the middle? I am
Oh, okay.
like,
All
I
right.
am a true junkie
And
junk
then
journal. Like
you
I'm
just
not,
miter the edge, the sides. There you
yeah. So
go.
now I'm just kind of cutting just outside the corners.
Mm-mm.
And I do like to do this part, which is to, when I go up, I want it to be a nice fold. So I do
Oh.
turn my cardboard and kind of bend it so that it really hugs tight to the
Wow,
edge.
that's a nice hack. Okay, I never thought of that. Normally, I would just, fold the paper onto the. That's a nice one. So it's
Yeah, so
actually really flush to the side.
yeah,
Perfect.
yep.
That's
And you can
great.
some people also take their bone folders and kind of just go along the edge too to really press it to the chipboard.
Mm-mm.
But like I said, I'm a very messy and not so precise crafter.
I have a question in terms of adhesives, Don. Do
Okay.
you think for adhesives, what is best for junk journaling, or the same
Well,
thing?
if you want to keep it forever, I would definitely find a glue that's acid free. Acid not it's not going to rot.
Mm-hmm.
I like a liquid glue. Um, some things I do stick in with a glue stick, and there's a lot of people use the
Hmm.
Scotch like Create. I think it is Scotch Create glue.
Oh, we don't have that
I
here.
use the art glitter glue or the barely art glue will work. A lot of people use Fabri-Tac, which is a liquid glue. I don't know
Mm.
if that's familiar to you.
That one, all of those. Oh, yes, except for the first one. The what's that? The create,
Um, is it the beak?
the Scotch create.
Oh, the Scotch Create.
Yes,
That's a glue stick.
yeah, that one. I think we don't
And
have that brand.
but
Oh,
I'm happy. Whoops, I'm happy with this. I think this came from the Dollar Tree, but it's made by Beacon. But
mm.
it's an all-purpose tacky glue, and it works really good. You can use it on wood even. So
Oh,
I figure
wow,
if it works on wood, it will work on wood pulp,
paper.
right? The paper.
Exactly. Awesome. All right, so we're working. Don is working on the cover, guys. So if you have questions, please do put them in the chat. Put a Q colon first, because putting a Q colon easily goes to my favorite, so it will pop up. So all the questions I can easily prioritize and ask Don. Okay, because sometimes
Yeah.
I fall behind in the chat. Yes, T said you must embrace the grunge. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. I think, yeah, that's perfect. Rotting glue can be cool too. Really, T? Okay. Okay.
Rotting
Oh,
glue, rotting
and
glue
and
can be
Jay says,
cool.
"Ooh, I now he has a reason to use his fancy edge mitering thingy." Oh
There you
yes,
go, Jay.
yes. For those who actually create, book covers, there's this tool for mitering and all. Perfect. But as you can see, no, you don't need to. So Dawn is just showing us. Just she didn't even measure. From the
Nope.
side to the top to the bottom. Just eyeballing things, and then just make sure that it's gonna be covered. So that's
Yeah.
the thing.
Yep, I'm
So,
not even too precise about where it goes. Like,
mhm,
I usually try to go out just a smidgen, beyond the corner. But
yes.
I definitely just take it back, like you would a flap on an envelope.
Mm-mm. Yes. So a little bit of a
So,
diagonal thing. Because normally when especially if the cardboard or your cover is a little bit thick, right? So when you do fold it and you do it exactly, sometimes it doesn't absolutely cover it, right? So that's a great hack
right,
again from Dawn. Okay, so there you go.
yeah. So see, even going, this one came a little bit close to the corner, but
Mm-mm.
even still, I've covered it.
Okay,
It still
yes.
covers the chipboard.
Yes. Nice.
But I haven't made a lot. I'm not like, super good at them, but I enjoy making them, and this is why I guess I just kind of experiment. I just kind of go through and, okay, this feels right. Let me do this.
That's so nice. See? Okay, so for those who are coming in first time, you don't know what is that thing that Dawn uses to flatten the paper. That's called a bone folder. Okay, so if you don't have, it helps especially crafters like us, especially like Dawn, right? Who probably sometimes create a lot of folds and flattening things. So it can be painful to the fingers when you're doing a lot of it. So the bone folder helps, and it actually really folds nicer, right, than just our fingers. But you can use your finger, or you can even use the side of your
And
scissors, or that one for the cricket,
even,
right?
yeah, even these, we have here in the States, we have like the Dollar Tree, the dollar stores, or
Mm-hmm.
whatever.
Mm-mm.
That's where this came from. It's almost
Oh,
like the cricket
yes.
tool.
I
The
thought it
cricket,
was. Oh, okay.
yeah,
So
I
the
think the
generic
cricket has a tool
versions.
that's similar, but you can
Okay.
use this the same way.
Awesome.
So,
See, that helps if you want really, flat edges, more professional looking if that's what you want. But for me, it's more of
right.
make sure that it's stick, that it's
Yes.
actually attached so that, you
And
can move it
some people do
forward.
this to get the air bubbles out. If there's any,
Oh.
air bubbles caught, it's a little late for that for me because
Uh-huh.
I've already closed everything. But yeah. So
Okay.
now I have
So, yeah. So this is where
both
the mistake
colors.
came in, Don. I
Oh,
think because English is not my first language, guys. See, you ask us to do something like that, right? So in my mind, I was going to, so I'm gonna show us first together. Okay, me and Don
okay.
crafting together. So I did that, right? So I created two. But in my mind,
Uh-huh.
I thought that, it's just gonna be one book. But actually, it's going to be
Oh,
this, and then that would be my cover. Right? So
that's perfect
now I
too.
am
That's
understanding. Oh, that is, and then that strip of paper will be the one to bind it together.
that's exactly what I did on this one, Lala. I didn't cover it with paper or anything. This is the actual art that it was a big piece. I
Uh-huh.
cut it in half, and this is only half of it.
I think I still have the other half of it so
So,
that I can also make that one. Okay, so
right.
again, just showing you
Yeah.
guys, right? So again, no mistakes, just happy
That's
accidents. So now I have a
right.
smaller one, right? Okay, so let's go back
Right.
to Dawn.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's okay, finishing up the cover. So what's next?
So next, I have, oh, I think this is the big piece. I don't think I want this.
Where is
So I have this, I think I picked this up at a thrift shop. It was like water damaged, but that doesn't bother me. I really liked it. It's actually a piece of flocked
Oh yeah, I
scrapbook
have
paper.
that. I have a lot
So
of that
it's,
from my
yeah,
scrapbooking days. I
it's
love
very
that paper.
velvety.
Yeah.
But I don't mind paper that is kind of ruined because it's great for things like this. And I
Mm.
actually took it and coffee stained um, the paper by. I usually take an instant coffee. If I get down to the bottom, I will just add water and kind of swirl it around, and then it's concentrated. So I can just add a little water to a bottle and put a
Oh.
little in. and
Oh,
I
it.
can just spray it.
Oh, wow, wow. Does that expire, or is like how long can you
Well,
actually
I
use
it
it?
mine I used distilled water in mine, so I haven't
Okay,
had
okay,
any mold problems, or
okay.
it hasn't mildewed or molded.
So as long as there's no molding that you
So,
see,
and if
doesn't
it
smell, and
expires as far as taste, I guess it doesn't expire as far as the use, but
wow, awesome. Okay, so yes, coffee staining. And you know why
yeah,
coffee in the first place? I know that I was curious about that. Why coffee
or tea.
or
You
tea?
can use tea also. It
Why
kind of
is it?
just gives you that grungy, dirty, like old effect, I think. That's why a lot of people do it. If not, you can use your distress inks. I have the tea dye, which I use a lot for distressing. And I also use vintage photo and ground espresso. So, I
Wow.
mean, it's
Okay.
just, I think it's the idea of just having that grungy, brown, aged look.
Okay. So there you go,
Because,
guys.
like I showed you with this lined paper that I had, you see how it just naturally, it just
Oh
starts
yes,
turning brown on
on
the
the edge.
edges.
Yes. So oxidation has taken
So I think,
place. Yes.
yeah, so I think we just kind of, we put on that faux oxidation
Yeah. So
by
we can
adding the brown
mimic
coloring
it,
to it.
right? So there you go. All right. So
Right.
now Dawn is covering is it
So,
gonna be a spine? Is cover
yeah,
what's
this
that?
is the spine piece.
Okay, spine.
Yeah, this is my piece of cereal box. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a little gap, and I just attached it to the piece that I want to wrap around the outside of the book.
Okay.
And I'm going to glue from my spine down, and I am gluing just within this spine part to begin with.
Oh, okay.
I'll
So
glue the
just
rest after.
okay. So guys, if you have questions, you can, kindly put them in the chat and I will get to it and ask Tracy, ask Dawn.
You can ask Tracy too,
I you
because
can
she's
ask the
really
people
good
in
at
the
junk
chat.
journaling also.
Oh, okay. Sorry, sorry, sorry. Okay. Thank you so much for that. ECR is saying my volume is a little bit. I think the reason because I am going, I'm trying to look for stuff here beside me to use. Sorry about that. Thank you so
Yeah,
much, guys. There you go. I'm assuming
I'm
PVA
just the
glue would work.
loudmouth, Elizabeth.
Oh, no. It's I was away from the mic. Actually, I was away from the mic. Thank you so much for that though, for catching that one. Since I got introduced to art glitter glue, no other seems to satisfy me other than my fabric tack. We do have
Yeah,
our
I hear that.
favorites, right?
I
Yes, PVA glue is great. I think that's a PVA glue, right?
Yes,
Dawn? Yes, I think that is.
yes, PVA, and there's some other glues that some of the junk journalers swear by. I think actually Tracy, not afraid of color, was in the chat. She actually has a great video comparing glues
Oh,
and
okay.
what they do, like the little lumps. She calls them like the little worms that happen inside the paper. So when you're putting like the cover on your journal on the chipboard,
Mm-mm.
some of them, if they don't get flattened out, they might start to dry, and it creates what looks like a glue worm. Like,
Yes,
you know,
exactly.
yeah. So she does a really cool video about the glue. So anyone interested in learning that and knowing more,
Mhm.
she's definitely the gal.
Yes, I hope my
She's my
moderator daughter could put that in the chat. Look for Sammy. Maybe you can anak, go and look at each of our guests in the chat channel and start putting them in the chat so they can check each other out also if they're not yet connected to each other. Some are not actually. So, oh, Meg had to go. Yes, bye, Meg. Okay, sorry about that. I didn't see it
So
earlier.
now I
See?
have both.
Okay, okay, go ahead. Oops. Dawn? Okay, there you go.
No, that's okay. I'm here. Um, now that I have the covers glued down, now I'm just taking the ends and securing them around the top and the bottom of the journal.
Yes, there you go. So don't worry about it not being like, even or, because
Nope.
that's gonna be covered in later, right, Don?
Yes. And
So I
I mean, to some extent, like if it was like super orphan.
whoop. Okay, Don, we lost your audio. Okay, Don. Okay, so I think Dawn lost her audio. So okay, so while she's trying to get that back in, hold on. I have to message her. Okay. All right, let me see. I have to message Dawn. We lost your audio. Okay. Lost your audio. Okay, that does happen, right? So okay, so let's go to the chat first while we're waiting for Dawn to actually get back on with her audio. I bought some ground walnut ink. Yes, I think walnut ink. Um, when I was doing calligraphy, it's also one of the inks that we had to actually work on, or they suggested. Oh, interesting. I want to try Simon's cookie dough ink. Oh yeah, that one we saw. Tracy used that a while ago. We were on, T's video premiere, and she worked on several vintage cards, and she used one of those inks. I think it was from Simon Hurley. Yes, it's Simon's Hurley's inks. It's my favorite for light aging. There you go, right? So if you don't want to, like, how do you blend? How do so that's the suggestion. Okay, try that ink out for size. There you go. Blossom. It's a beautiful color since ECR. There you go. Okay, so just waiting for okay, Dawn. Hi, Dawn. Are you back? Okay, so not yet, not yet. Don't worry. I bought a boatload of glue. Okay, and face cam accident. Yes, it does happen. I remember that video. I have to look for it. Yes, so that would be great, right? So the actual did I ever do a glue? No, I think inks. I did inks but not glue. All right. You lost her face cam, which may also be is yes, yes, Victor. Indeed. So her face cam is actually her phone. So maybe it wasn't charging. So hold on, guys. Okay. Mommy Lala, do you think Prestige Paper has chipboard? I'm wondering. Yes, yes, they have, Miss Williams, and it's very cheap. Yeah, so you can but then they sell the chipboards in very huge cuts, like mother sizes. So if you want it to be cut in a specific size, you do need to get 10 pieces of each, but it's very cheap. So you can probably ask somebody in the crafting community to, do you need it? Do you need it? And then you just buy and then you share amongst yourselves so you can have it cut, the size you want, because it's actually quite hard to cut when it's so big, when it's really really big. Her video of glue comparisons kicked off, okay, a whole uh, binging of similar videos for me, and I do like hers more than others. Yes, because T can really, explain things really nicely. The cookie dough lunar paste is oh, there's also a lunar paste, Jay. Okay, I should find that walnut ink. Yes, I think I do have it, but it's over there. So normally, I use it for calligraphy. Now I know that I can also use it for junk journaling. I got my I got me two little jars on Amazon for around 17, and it's very concentrated in crystal form. Oh yes, I also have the ones in crystal form. You can just what they call this not pound. What do you call that? pound into it becomes a powdery, and then you it dissolves in water. There you go. That cookie dough lunar paste looks like champagne. Awesome. All right. So since okay, I am still again waiting for Dawn. Don't Dawn, relax, okay? Don't panic, my dear. Don't panic. You got this. You got this. Just come back in anytime I can see you. I will see you. Okay, so for now, guys, bear with me and I will try. Okay, I will show you what I've done so far. Okay, so this because I got the instructions wrong. No, I think it's not that, I am very excited. So yesterday, while my kids were we were preparing for board game night. That's one of the things we do, by the way, Jay, for welcoming the new year. We do play board games. Of course, food is always a part of the Filipino celebrating or welcoming the new year. It's always a feast, the eve before Christmas and the eve before New Year, and most of the time it's just like you guys, family reunion and stuff. So we do play board games, we do video okay, and then during the New Year, of course, fireworks, right? And then eat again. So non-stop eating, right? So there you go. So this one I sewn together. Oh, see there, Dawn is coming in already. Okay, so there you go. I think it just probably, she just needed to put a power plug in it, right? So again, this one, okay, so I plan to like, so that it's lesser pages to decorate. I will put that there, attach it, and then this together like that, and then this together like this. Okay, and then this. Okay, and this one I'm gonna try and create like the way Tracy. I keep on mixing Dawn and Tracy because they're both awesome, right? So like what Dawn is doing. I think we got Dawn back. Dawn, you have both muted though. Okay, hold on. Okay, so let's bring in back. Okay, Dawn. Hello, hello. Let me see. Okay. Hello. Okay. Your audio. Hold on. Let me see. Guest 2. Okay, guest 1. No, not that one. Where is my guest 1? Okay, I'll just bring in a new one.
How about that?
Yay! Now we got you and we see you.
Yay? Okay.
Yay! Welcome back. All right. So they
It
understand
said
that
it timed out on my phone, and it said you could reload or return to website, and I
Oh.
hit that, and it wouldn't take me there.
Oh, but now see, you said you're not good with tech. You are good with tech. You are back. All right, you got this done. Okay, so we were finishing up on the cover of the spine. Okay, there you
Okay.
go. All right. See?
I'm just
Okay.
I'm just trimming down my inside covers a little bit, and I'm not even cutting and measuring that either.
Oh, that's such a nice thing to do. Paper tear using the sides of your ruler. Have you ever seen that, guys? For those who have not been, right? You can actually do that, especially if your paper is not very
Yeah.
fibrous. If it's fibrous, it's kind of hard to do that. But see, no folding, no nothing. Just put it there, and that's awesome. Okay, there you go.
So I basically just line it up because your ruler has all these lines on it, right? So I sometimes I like the see-through rulers because you can kind of see that you're getting it sort of even.
Hi, Coach Adam.
Thank goodness you're such a pro with this tech stuff, Lala.
Oh no, I didn't do anything. You did everything. You came back in.
I
That
admire
is
you.
super awesome. Okay, so some people in the chat are saying also they do like board games as well, like with tea. She used to do that as well.
Oh, I love
Okay.
board games.
Yes, we played any word Scrabble. If we all agree it's a word, then it's a word, including curse words. Why not? Okay. And Blossom said, I have a Weston guillotine cutter and would be willing to share some of my 50-pound chipboards. Wow. 8.5. I buy them 100 piece per pack. Oh, that's so nice. I don't think we do have those kinds that are pre-cut and then available in packs like that. We have to buy like in big bulk. I mean, not bulk, but big. We call it mother size, and then you can have it cut, but then there's a minimum, right? So there. So now you just chose a pattern paper that you can, if you want it to coordinate, that's fine. But if you don't want, that's also fine, right, Dawn?
Right. Whatever floats your fancy.
Oops.
Floats your boat, I guess.
So
Whatever you think works, because your inside, I mean, I kind of picked it to match a little, but it didn't have to be perfect. I have a lot of
mm-mm.
designs going on here.
Exactly. I
But
watched one of this creators on YouTube, Dawn, and then she shared about her struggles. She loves to do junk journal, but then when she started doing content, she realized that some people do it a certain way, this way, that way. So in the beginning, she started to try and be like them, but then she realized in the end that she wasn't okay with that. It was stressing her out. So in the end, she just followed what she liked, right?
yeah,
Yes. So we are giving you
what I do.
suggestions. Yes, but if this is something that you feel you have something else you want to do, then go ahead, right? Go ahead and do it. But if you are really new
Exactly.
to anything, this is a great start for you to follow, because as a beginner, sometimes most of the time it's best that you copy first as is where is, and then eventually make it your own, right? Like what
Right.
we did with Coach Adam the other day. Okay, we did copy the masters, right? Not just, be inspired first, because we don't know how to be inspired sometimes, right? As a beginner, right? So you can start
And I like,
copying first. Yeah.
yeah, and I like that junk journaling. I like that there's no wrong way. Everybody has a different taste, a different
Mm-mm.
flavor, a different style that they enjoy, and that's the fun about it. And you don't have to, you kind of just let it flow. Like it's very free flowing. And I like that. I don't like to
Mm-mm.
be stressful in crafting. I want to be able to do it and not really think.
Okay. So since Dawn is just pasting that the cover first, okay, so that you can see that I'm also crafting. I'm just looking at. I'm also crafting alongside. Do you know that guys? Okay, I'm a work in progress hoarder. Okay, used to be really bad at hoarding, but now since I started creating content on YouTube, I've started to finally use up. And this is one of those hoarded stuff. Do you know this brand? In fairness,
Right?
I checked. Ooh, it's still working. Okay, I will use it. I don't even know
That's
if
great.
this is still available. I've had it forever, never got to use it. Said, okay, I will use it. Right? So, what do you call this? Work in progress. Okay.
Yeah,
Recovering
I want some
hoarder.
glue
There
like
you go.
that I've had around for a really long time.
Right? So I love it that, finally I can start, because I used to say, oh, that's so cheap, or that's so nice. I can use that, but use when? Okay, a decade or more later, it's still not used. So
Well,
there
that's
you
what I
go.
did, and that's why everything I have is from the 1900s because I just hoarded everything. I didn't want to use anything, and
Right, because
now
we're
I'm going,
waiting for that perfect project. Oh, it's so nice
right.
to use. I don't know if you guys know Crafty Mama Diaries, Helen. About
Mhm.
not yes last year actually I went to DC, and then she's from Maryland, I think. So I stayed overnight with her, and we crafted like for several hours. She taught me how to use sketches, and then I was shocked because we were using, of course we were using her stash, and there were pattern papers that both sides are so pretty. And then, but sometimes the back is prettier, but she will use this side. Say, what about the other side? Lala, if we always keep on doing that, we won't be able to use any paper. Okay, we just have
Yes.
to let go. And there will always be new collections, new papers. So, okay, so from there, I slowly started. Okay, just close my eyes because I really need this side. Okay, forget that there's a nice photo or image over there, right? So there you
Right.
go. I hope you resonate. Okay, so from the cover, okay, let's see the big picture. There you go.
Cover is ready. It's ready for pages.
Oh, beautiful.
I mean, I can add to it. I have
Okay.
like different ribbons and some lace and stuff if I want to like embellish, I can go up the edge, or I have washi tape, which is good. Um, it's kind of a fun thing.
Okay. So for covers, Dawn, what can you suggest that people put on a cover? Is it something that has to be more what do you call this forgiving of handling and stuff because it's the cover, or it can really be
Well,
like
look at the
anything?
cover of mine. This here, this this is the top to a baby wipe container.
Oh, wow. Yes, now you told us. I recognize it as a cover of the baby wipes.
Yeah, and it has it's not a wax seal, but it's I got glue all. It's hot glue that I stamped into, and then I just did paint, metallic paint. I rubbed over it. But this is alcohol ink, and I actually was able to do foiling and get foiling to stick to it in the spots. But
Wow.
this is just a plastic yeah, lid that I took off of an empty baby wipe container so that it will still snap
So,
shut.
in short, anything, right?
Anything.
Anything.
And this is a
Okay.
little piece that I tatted and wrapped a stone and hooked in
Okay.
that I
So
just
for
put.
those who are coming in and probably on replay who have never done junk journal, Tracy, what is your recommendation for them to put on their cover to start as a starter? Because sometimes if you're a beginner, you really don't like, okay, you can use anything, but then, you get stumped with what is anything, right?
Right,
So to
right,
start them
right.
off, what can you like
So
suggest?
I would say like if you have any trim, like ribbon or trim, or this is rickrack,
Uh-huh.
you can kind of trim it out with something like that to add a little something to it. And then you just can add like little ephemera pieces. This is just a little pocket that I got as a freebie on, I can't remember if it was My Porch Prints, but one of the digital junk journaling creators gave out a freebie last spring, I think, for summer. So it was just a library pocket. You can put things like that, or just little images, dried flowers. I don't know. You could use a doily, whatever you want to trim it up, with
Yes. Oh,
whatever.
doily. Speaking of doily, guys, so this one, right? So it's just like the one they use for pastry slide. So there's a part of my cover where it's just white. So that's where I added it for my cover, right? So there. So this is a paper doily. You can actually use that one. Okay, so
Yeah.
moving on. So what is the next step after doing the cover?
So yeah, so after I do the cover, now I'm gonna try to figure out what I want for signatures. I think I'm just gonna do probably 3 signatures. And a
Okay,
signature is
Don.
actually just what you decide you want to use for papers. When you look, I'm trying
Yes,
to think of
that's
the
my
best
next
way to
question, Don.
explain.
Because I always hear people say signature, signature. I thought signature is like your name, your signature. Sorry.
Right. So
But so
when
what
you
is
have
signature?
a set of papers that you're putting into a book, even a book that you buy at the store, you're going to notice that it's all compressed together. But if you really examine the book, the pages are actually sections. And each of these sections
Oh.
of the paper are of the pages are called signatures.
Oh, I think
So
here we call it inserts. So
insert, okay,
the proper term there is signature, because I see a lot of people say signature in the videos. So it's actually signature. Okay, thank you so much.
So this
Learned a new thing again.
Well, there you go. Or an insert, whatever they call it in your area. I mean,
Mm-mm.
if that's what they call it there. Here, I mean, someone says signature. This is what I think of the signature in
Mm-mm.
the book.
Mm-mm.
So at least you'll know now when you hear it and someone's talking
Yes.
about books, you'll know what it is.
Yes, because I didn't know what do they mean by signature. Is there somebody's
Yeah.
signature in there?
So it's the section of pages. So I'm
Okay.
gonna decide, and I think I remember Tracy saying usually like 5 pages or so is good. I mean, I think this one I did, let's see, I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, wow,
Wow, a
8.
lot.
I did
Yes.
10 pages. I did 10 pages as for each signature. But look at how we call this crocodile mouth too when it
Wow,
doesn't
but it's
close
so
on you.
pretty. Even looking at it like that, it's okay. So, Don, I had an idea. So, this one can actually become one of the signatures in the future,
Yes,
correct? Right?
yes.
So,
You can mix the animals and put them all into one as,
yes.
yeah,
So, I'll probably create, if I create this one again, so this is another signature, right? So, and then I can put them together, create a cover later on. Oh, excited.
absolutely.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, exactly. Like you can see in this one, I just have 2 signatures.
Mm-mm. Oh, okay, okay. So
This
that's
is
great.
actually a junk journal that is made from a salvaged little golden book that I did for my grandson, but the story was mostly there, so I didn't
Mm-mm.
throw the story away. I left the story in there. So the story
Oh,
can
and
actually be read all the way through
oh, that's
in order.
nice. And then you just inserted pages into it.
Yep. In
Oh, that's a
between.
great idea. That's a great. Oh, speaking of Mickey Mouse, do you know that Mickey Mouse? I think a certain Mickey Mouse book has gone off patent, and now everybody can use it. Right? You can actually,
Really?
yes. Okay, it's January 1st. So for us, it started. So
Oh,
it's now free. Okay, meaning
oh,
it's now public property. So you can use that,
nice.
Mickey Mouse image. Not the new versions, but the old one, I think. So anybody can use it now. It's public property now. So there. Okay, so
So
now we start. So we start
that's
with
the
the insides.
I'm going to decide what I'm going to use for pages, like my papers. I want to kind of space them out. I'm going to kind of look at what I have, and I can put different sizes in different spaces. I
Mm-hmm.
even have envelopes that I could stick in if I wanted to. Put them, in the middle. I could actually lock them in, but I am not sewing this journal. So I told Lala at the beginning, we're not sewing. So this would be
Okay.
an easy one for anyone that it doesn't have
Oh
the
my,
sewing
Don, I
ability.
I have a special a story for you guys. In the earlier part of my, live streaming, I actually tried to create a card, or I think it's a mini book. We did a mini book, not really a junk journal, but a mini book. And one of my guests, she always loves to instead of pasting things on her mini book, she saws things, even chipboards. She will, sew it with a sewing machine. So I did it live, and I didn't know how to sew a chipboard.
Oh no!
Oh my goodness, the needle broke, and I thought I destroyed my sewing machine. But I never gave up. Now sewing paper on a sewing machine. I love it. I love it. But that was really
Yes,
scary the first time, though, right?
and if you have small enough signatures, that's another thing, or a small enough journal. If you're
Mm-hmm.
just doing several pages, I could easily sew through this on my machine and just sew right up the
Mm-hmm.
middle and have the signatures, sewed.
Okay, so not just very, very thick ones, right? So I was
Right.
like, there was a chipboard on top of a chipboard. the paper, I
Yeah.
was crazy, guys. So, Oh
Yeah,
my
I
goodness.
definitely wouldn't try it with the chipboard. I have done
Yeah.
it with pretty heavy cardstock though, and my needle goes right through.
Yeah, but you just you don't do the speed like the way you do it with fabric.
Right?
So I think
And
that's
here's another idea.
yeah, what
You
messed
can
it
save
up.
all of your calendar pages from old calendars. This is from 2020. And I just
Oh.
take the pages and I just keep them and then I tear the pages out. And these can go right into a junk journal also.
Oh, that's another question I want to ask. Is it better to hand tear stuff that you put on your junk journal or using scissors or paper trimmers? Which do you think is nicer or better?
Scissors or paper trimmers or what? Tearing?
Or just paper tear them with your hands, uneven
My
edges.
response again is that there's no rules and do whatever you're comfortable with.
Okay.
Some people do go back through, like if they don't have their signatures aren't even, they might go back through and trim it with the scissors or tear it. I just leave mine because I like my edges all uneven. As long as it fits inside of my cover, which I know that this will, and that's exactly why I make my cover an inch or a half an inch, at least a half an inch larger than my
Okay.
pages.
So again, that's a great reminder, guys, about junk journal rules
Yep.
fly out the window.
Rules are out. Rules are
Yeah.
out in this game.
Yes, exactly. There you go. Double bonus, said T. By the way, guys, you've been hearing us say T. Who is T? Okay, T is short for Tracy of Not Afraid of Color. Okay, there you go. So, okay, I juggle way too much. That's Shay. Very thick,
Um,
yes.
another thing I use are the greeting cards that I get after the holidays. I don't use my handmade ones, but I will, without a problem, use ones that I've received that are store bought.
Oh, yes, yes.
So they fit perfectly right around. Even if they were smaller, they would still work, you know?
Yes.
Um,
I am sure that can really go on to, your junk journal.
right. Envelopes, map pages from old atlases and maps. Um,
Wow.
I have more
So
junk
basically,
prints.
finally, for those who are, like when I started scrapbooking when I was really young, I would save up all those, different kinds of ephemera tickets, even the tissue. The first place that my first time in Disneyland when I was younger, I saved up the tissue. I didn't use it. I saved it because it had, the Disney and the Mickey look in it, and I wanted to save it. So there. Okay. So from there, how do you now put all of these things together, Dawn, into your
Okay,
pages?
well, I'm folding. These are all doodles that I did forever ago. These are going in.
Oh, you did that?
Yes,
Oh, yes, you did. Look at the ink from the back of the paper.
yep, I did.
Oh wow, you
So,
do so amazing Zentangles. I think we call that Zentangles here.
yeah,
That is so
rectangled, yep.
that is so beautiful. You are
So,
really an
yeah,
artist.
these aren't exactly where I want them, but they will be. And we don't have to finish all that as long as I
Yes,
can give
yes.
you the
We will.
idea
You're
of
just
what to
showing you
do.
the cover. That's the most important one, of course.
Right,
And then just
exactly.
several pages of our junk journal for today. I'm sure you guys, okay, if you want more of this kinds of content, okay, we could probably ask Dawn to do like from beginning to the end, maybe a video, okay, a sped up video
Absolutely.
of some sort, right? So if you want more contents like this, okay, you can probably ask
Right.
Dawn to create more.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
Yes.
So what I'm gonna do is I cut myself. This is old seam binding that I got at the thrift shop. there were bunches of it for like pennies. So I got like handfuls for like 50 cents. So I just did what I told you earlier. I just took the coffee that I have that's concentrated. I poured it in. This is an old candle container that I washed out. And I dropped my seam binding in. I poured some coffee in it and I swished it around. I pulled it out and squeezed it out and just dried it. So now it's
Oh,
coffee dye.
coffee dyed ribbon. Does it have to be
Yeah,
the ribbon? The ribbon, does it have to be, what do you call that?
it doesn't have to.
Cotton, or for it to be coffee
No,
dyed or tea dyed?
no, I don't think so. I haven't had a
Okay.
problem with anything that I want to coffee dye. I just stick it in and it works and I dry it.
Okay.
And I
Awesome.
dry it with my embossing tool, like my heat dryer.
Mhm.
I just stick it on a piece of paper that's already dyed, and I just take my heat tool and I just and heat it, dry it.
Wow, awesome.
Yeah.
See?
So
Wow,
now I'm
imagine
taking
that. We can actually do that with our ribbons. I've never tried that,
that.
right? I've never tried it.
So I'm wrapping right around where my the middle cover is.
Hmm.
I'm just taking my ribbon and I'm wrapping it right around. And if you have reverse tweezers, this is a good time to use them. And I'm
Okay.
just tying it in a double knot.
Okay. Yes,
So
my
I
dear
have
friend Julie De Matea of Paper Pixie, she calls that her invisible third hand. the, yes, the reverse scissors.
so yep. So I'm just tying this right around.
Tweezers, I mean. Oh, there you go. So you don't even need those fancy closures. Okay, so that
Nope,
handmade
nope.
tie-dyed ribbon can actually become
Right.
like part of it.
This is gonna be where my pages are going to slip into, pretty much.
Awesome. I so much enjoy. I think this is what I'm gonna be doing the rest of my day because it's actually
It's so
Christmas,
nice. It's
New
such a
Year's
nice
Day.
way to use up scraps. So this is the fun part is starting it, but the super fun part is filling it.
Oh
You
yes, the
know,
decorating part of it, right?
oh yes, pockets, corner tucks, tags. You know, all of those pieces of things that you have from your trip, whether it's these little these little tea look, these are little what do you call these, fortunes from fortune cookies
Oh
from going out
yes,
to eat.
yes. Like
These are,
what's this company here? It's there also. Uh,
oh yeah,
they have they have chicken. They have always give you fortune cookies right after.
right. Well, these have great quotes that you can use throughout your book.
Oh,
So do
awesome.
tea bag toppers. I have a lot of these tea bag toppers, the little square pieces that hook to the string.
Mm-mm.
These have a lot of little sayings too, and they make great little tabs in your book.
Okay, so guys, you can see I keep calling you Tracy Dawn. Okay, Dawn has been showing us so many awesome things that you can actually put in your you know your
Even
junk journal.
your candy wrappers like this. I saved a Hershey bar thing, and I think it would be great as a little tab on the edge of a page.
In terms of techniques, Dawn, can
Yeah,
you do stamping? Can you do
absolutely. Yep,
inking?
yep. And that's what I would do where I took the inks out. I would take a lot of these pages that don't have the coffee dye. I would either spray them or ink, distress the edges. I can take my ink and go around the edges and uh,
Are junk
ink them.
journals done? Do they always have to look like a little grungy or what do you call this, vintage, or can it also look like cute?
It can be cute. I think it can be anyway. Yes, it doesn't have these pages here. This
Mm-hmm.
is a book that this little golden book story that I showed you that I altered into junk. I have
Uh-huh.
some distress pages, but I have lots of pages that have no distressing. It's just they're
Mm.
just plain.
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
So you don't have to junk it up.
Okay. So, but of course, since if you are starting, okay, I would, I can suggest that you can copy first, okay, the ones that you see so that until you get comfortable. Again, this is just my suggestion. You don't need to follow, just a suggestion for those who are beginners like me. I find that as a beginner, easy for me to follow or do first what the others who have gone ahead, started earlier than I have, and how they do things. And then once you get the different techniques or the different things and how to do this, and then you find what resonates with you most, like what am I doing now? I'm messing up my layout because
Right.
my fingers are so sticky. I have like adhesive all over my fingers. So this one is actually rice paper. So I want to layer it in between this one. Okay. Oh no, I messed up her
So now
face.
I'm going to take my pages and I'm going to open up where I decided to do my signature.
Uh-huh.
I opened it up to the middle and I'm just sliding it right underneath the ribbon.
Oh, okay. So
And,
so that they
and
get
there's,
attached to that one, right?
yes. And then I will take the next one.
Come on, stick.
The middle. Oh, and that's what I didn't show is sometimes I take pages out of books. Like this is huge. It's not
Okay.
gonna, it looks like there's like, you're gonna have to either trim it or something for it to fit in the book, or you could fold it this way, but then your writing would be sideways. I look at what my pages, like how long my pages are, and
Mm-hmm.
I just fold up the bottom and then fold it in half. And you have, if you glue the edge, you have a pocket you can put a tag in or something.
Ooh,
So that's what I
perfect,
did.
right? So more things
Yeah,
to put in. So if you put in pockets, great
yes.
idea. Okay, so that's how you insert your again, what do you call that? Your
Hmm.
okay,
Signature.
signatures. Okay, there you go. Okay, you
Yep.
can also use, you had one where you showed us bands, right? Big rubber bands. This one is
Yes.
ribbons. Okay, there you
And,
go.
you know the girls like their hair like hair ties, but they're the big long ones that go around their
Yes.
head.
Yes,
You can use
yes.
them too because for this size journal, those are usually a really good size too to
Mm-hmm,
fit.
mm-hmm.
You could just, you slide them right over like you would a traveler's journal.
All right. And Jay is saying, Don, that I love when Don and Dallas talk about products I never knew existed. I can so relate with them, Jay. Okay. Meg sent me some vintage paper for my birthday. There you go, Jay. You can probably also work on some junk journal. I saved them for crafty use too. Same. Where did you find oh okay, the music paper, Don. Where did you find them?
Okay. I go to my local recycling center, which
Mm-hmm.
is our our dump where we take our trash.
Mm-mm.
We actually have a space inside of a building that is located right beside where everybody recycles all their stuff,
Oh, that's
and they have
nice.
shelves. With somebody's trash is another person's treasure. And I actually look for music books. I look for map books, music books, ledger books, um, kids books,
Mm-hmm.
because if those things get they don't get taken by someone, they they toss them and they head to the incinerator or the paper chopper or whatever it is.
And then
So I try to
you
keep
grab
those.
them, right? You use
So I
them.
grab them. And then thrift stores, Jay, like a Goodwill or any kind of thrift shop, go to their book section. That's where I get the music paper. I find I have an example here. I thought I did
Okay.
of um of a music book. These are other things I save.
Oh, yes, especially
The
those that
bags
look
from
like that.
Macy's. Yep, I can fold them right in half, and they can go right in the middle of a signature.
Wow, Dawn, you're so good at this. You can think of like things instantly there. You found another signature done. Okay, my goodness.
Yeah.
She is so fast, guys. And then yes, Tracy said yes, the steamboat wheel. Yes, that's the version of Mickey that just
Oh,
went
yeah.
out of patent. So now it's a public domain. Yes,
Oh,
steamboat.
nice.
Yes. I'll just eat breakfast while watching. Thank you, Miss Wims. Please do eat breakfast. That's my dream too, to add so effect on my journals. Yes, you can do so, Miss Wims. Oh, that's a fun idea. Look at that. Zentangle, said T, right? A while back. Imagine that. Okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful, right? Okay.
Yeah. And then here's your binding, and you can put I also make a lot of little scraps of paper that I get that
Oh
are like
yeah,
this.
paper beads. Yes, I
Paper beads.
actually have those also. I turn them into
Yeah,
jewelries.
me
Okay.
too. I make
Oh,
bracelets and stuff with them. So
beautiful.
I also do like boho beads that you can
Yes.
hang off of your
The
journals.
sides. Oh
So
yes.
I
I
would
normally turn them into necklaces, bracelets, but actually yes, I can put them as, findings for the sides of the journey. Oh
right.
wow, beautiful done. If only I'm from there, I would say mine. We love doing it here. Like when we see somebody who's like, can that be mine?
Yeah.
All
So I
right. And
would just attach it and have a bunch of these that are hanging off of
oh, that's so
the
pretty. I love
the
that.
binding.
Oh, you do everything. And we have Patrick in the house, Everyday Tech. Hi, Patrick. Happy New Year. Yes, guys. As his name suggests, channel name Everyday Tech. He talks about things that, ordinary people that you can use every day. There you go. I threw them out. I should save my fortune papers next time. Yes, Miss Wims. Okay, not that we actually got started on. We should probably do like junk journal once a month this year. What do you think of that, guys? Right?
Yeah,
Maybe we can do something
yeah.
like that.
I think it
Yes.
would be fun, and you could have guests. I'll come
Okay.
junk journal
Oh,
with
thank you,
you.
T. You're doing great, Lala. Your journal looks great. Thank you so much. It's getting there, but all the glue is on my fingers. I save all sorts of packaging and junk mail. If I even cut off the used stamps too. Oh, I keep all cabbage from my
Yeah,
fabric scraps, and I love going through my past loved ones' belongings for this and that. Perfect, right? So let's reuse, recycle. Okay, I
yeah,
have old maps too. Yes. So what I'm seeing now from Dawn is like basically everything that we can see, you can use. Okay, T said, my
like
friend sent me all sorts of stuff from her trips to Disney, and another friend sent me a ton of tourism brochures from Western Australia. Yes, I actually have, bins and bins of those. Oh, those are called boho beads. Yes, so I think that's what it's called, but I call them paper beads. But I think when you turn them, oh, those are pretty actually. Na normally, apart from the journal, I would have said, okay, go into the trash. But you
yeah.
showing it
I'm
off
saying
like
this is
that.
a tag from my coat, from my winter coat that I could use. It's a tag, it's a tag, and it actually already has
Awesome.
a hole in
You can even like make it into a shaker of some sort,
it. Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Oh my
And all
gosh.
these could be journaling. You could just put paper on the side,
Uh
and
huh.
you could cover them. This would make a tag.
You
These are
know,
button
you can
cards that
actually
I
create like a 12-hour marathon on this topic,
yeah,
Don, on your channel,
I know.
right? So Wims is saying you are so talented and skilled indeed, but she doesn't want to call herself an expert, guys, but actually she is very talented, right? So that would be fab to have a junk journal series, right, Jay? I mean, for beginners, definitely it's like okay, my junk journal journey, like something like that. My mother-in-law was an avid magazine collector. I have literally a storage room full of her magazines. My husband tossed a bunch out before I got over to save the rest. I'm sure you still have a lot of those to use. Okay, blossom. Okay, guys, I know it's actually almost, you guys need to prepare for the new year. For me, it's over. Where celebrations are over and done with. I'm okay. So how many signatures were you able to create? Okay,
I
Dawn.
put in three. I put in three signatures,
Okay, there you go.
and there's probably 5 to 8 pages in each signature.
Oh wow. How long do you think you can work on that one if you
Oh
want
my
to?
goodness. If I sat down, I could work on this for a while, a long while.
A lot.
Like I would just keep adding and adding and adding. Because I would,
Oh,
I would take some fun papers and I would cover things and make pockets and punch,
correct. And
fill.
layer them, right? So that's awesome. Okay, so
Um,
let me show us together. So guys, okay, so this is what I've done so far. Okay, so again, as I said, the white ones on top, I just covered with this paper doily, I think you call it, right? So I got this actually as for the cake. I removed it after the party and saved it. Okay, so cover that part, and this is actually from what do you call this, rice paper, I think we call it rice paper, not really tissue
yeah,
paper, but it's rice paper. I think this is, if I'm not mistaken, from Prima. I think I may be wrong, but it's definitely rice paper. I forgot already what from what collection, what brand, because everything is like this already. Because I use it for collage in one of my episodes, and these are the remains of it. And this one, of course, normally I want it to always have a sentiment or an encouraging word. So this is what I chose. Okay, because I just recently actually did encouragement card episode day 30. Okay, and then I like layering things, so I said it's like if it's just two for me, but it seems this is not finished. Absolutely, there will still be some there. Okay, but this is the start, and this is actually part of a wreath. Okay, a die cut wreath that I think I used for one of my Christmas cards. I just cut a little bit of it so that it's just half a circle to emphasize this part. So far, that's it. That's basically what I've done, and I've this is gonna be one signature, and I basically just attached or glued together the pages. So, but this one somehow didn't stick. So I think I need to use a different kind of, glue for this one because it won't stick. Okay, there you go. So that is what I
yeah,
have, done
that's nice.
so far.
I like the
And
Dora and the pieces like that on the front covers too. I think collaging and doing the little things like that
yeah,
are awesome. I love
yeah.
doing that also.
Yes, right? So there you go.
Right.
So our face cam. Okay. So again, guys. Okay, hold on, Don. Sorry about that. Okay, there you go. Okay. You were like, oops, sorry. Okay. So before we go, guys, okay. Oh no, you would want to probably connect, okay, with Crafty Visage. Okay. I hope I'm pronouncing that word perfectly.
Yes,
Okay, and
perfectly.
of course she's on YouTube as the Crafty Visage. Okay, so that is Dawn's channel. So the link is actually in the description of this video. So if you are not yet connected with her, and this is not the only thing that she does, she also paints. Okay, she does also different kinds of crafts in her channel as well, right? So it's if you are a crafter and you like doing a lot of the different crafty things, I think that's where the Crafty Visage name came from. By the way, before we end, right? So let's ask that about it. Okay, and first, okay, have you ever created or used a junk journal? Oh my gosh, I should have asked this in the beginning. Sorry, guys, I came in late. Okay, so in the chat, have you ever created or used a junk journal? Before as we, get to know more about a little about, Dawn, because we headed on directly into junk journaling, right? So Dawn, first and foremost, just a little bit behind the scene. Okay, so when did you or how did you start your journey as, a creator, as, a crafty visage?
Well, I think I came up with that name for my YouTube channel because I've always been a crafter all my life. I've crafted since I was a kid. I started crocheting first at age 5, and I was knitting by the time I was 7. and it's just gone from there. I played with paper dolls. I had a doll house, and my grandmother had the big giant Sears and J.C. Penney catalogs that had all of the swatches and the things. So I would, decorate the walls and the furniture, and I was building furniture out of craft sticks,
Uh-huh.
popsicle sticks. But yeah, and I've always played with, things, clay. I've just done all of the things, and I think that that encompassed all of it. The name Crafty Visage is just whatever your eye sees, and how you it
Envision.
appears. And I think that's me. I am like the face of all of the things, because I don't just do one thing. I'm definitely not an expert at one, and not at many. I do many things. I have
Oh,
fun.
awesome. That is an awesome story behind the name. Actually, Dawn, I'm very similar. I like to double on anything and everything, artsy or crafty, even though I'm not good at it, but I appreciate it. So I try. So when I was starting, I said I wanted to have a website. And so I said, okay, website, because I like a lot of things. So I said, I'm a Jill of all trades, mistress of none. Right? Said, oh, that's a great name. Jill of all trades, mistress. Oh, would you believe it's taken?
Oh,
Somebody actually had, taken that name. So, Crafty Visage is very, very nice. So, check if out if you don't have a website yet for that, Dawn. I highly suggest that you grab that name before somebody else's, get it, right? Because you would be surprised. People are like, what? Somebody owns this, right? So, even if you're not gonna turn that into a website yet, but if you do have plans of turning it into, domain names are quite cheap, right? So at least you have it so that when you're ready to actually put it out, it's yours already because it's a very, very nice name, right?
yeah.
So
Thank
yes,
you.
it really,
Thank you. I thought for a long time I had just my name
uh-huh.
first for the
Yes,
longest time, and then I was like, I really need something that's, says something about me,
exactly.
or who I am and what I do. And that was it. It just came like, wow, that's it. I do all the things. I'm a crafty visage.
Awesome. So that's why I became also mommy guide. Okay. Because it was my daughter, my moderator daughter in the chat who said when she was younger, she realized that I do a lot of guidance, not just for crafting, but for parenting, for solo moms and all. Mom, you're a guy. You're a good guide. So said, why don't you call yourself mommy guide? Oh, so that name came from, my daughter telling me about, that can be a good, a name for your business or something. So that's how it all started for me in the end. Okay. And then so many great and awesome things about, the thing that we have done today. Thank you so much, guys, for spending your precious time, New Year's Eve time
Yeah.
with us. Yes, heading home. Oh my gosh, are you driving? Oh, date night. I love that, Miss V.
Hi,
Okay.
Judy.
Yes, date night is always fun. And Jay is asking, guys, did you pick a word for 2024? Because that's actually one of the events that I do in my channel. Every year, I do an episode for my one word of the year. I actually spelled it out in one of the episodes, but yes, so I'm not gonna say it so that you go and watch that episode of mine in January. Of course, I'm gonna have
Oh,
Jay. We're gonna journal together. Okay, so guys, do you have
yeah.
a word for 2024? Think about it. Because instead of what I do, Don, is instead of resolutions, which
Mhm.
normally we never get to really do, I instead of New Year's
You don't like
resolutions,
resolutions.
at the beginning of the year, I do a one word instead. Okay.
Mhm.
But my one
I've been
word,
thinking about
it,
mine for a week. I'm pretty sure I know what I'm setting.
yes,
I'm
right? So
pretty sure I know mine.
there you go, right? So don't tell them so they can watch it on your channel, right? So it's that the thing is that one word for me is my I hinge everything to it, right? So family, my faith, my work, my crafting, all onto that one word. And for me, okay, the way I choose it is I pray about it. Okay, so I think of, Lord, what is your prompting for me this coming year? That is how I do it, but there's so many ways to do it. Like Ali Edwards also has like her one word thing, right? Also, and many other things. Okay, if one word is something that you would want to start this year, I highly suggest that you do so. I always have a place in my craft room where that word is, it has to be in a place where you see it every day. So you always get reminded of, okay, this is your word for the year. And no matter what happens in the day, you'll always get encouraged. Yes. So thank you so much,
Um,
Jay. Yes. Thank you so much, guys, for the kind words. You are always so kind, guys. This was so much fun. Okay. Said, living my best life at 60. I don't know your first name, so I cannot
Her
say
name
who.
is Echo.
Echo. Hi, Echo. Thank you so much. There you go. All right. So, Dawn, you should continue this junk journaling on your channel so we can watch. Right? Yes. If you could so, maybe have a regular segment once a month, once a week, once every whatever, right? So just, a suggestion, okay? Because
Yeah.
Dawn, I know you are also very busy. And the craft Yahtzee. Oh yes. I did hear you mention this in your collaboration with Jay, right? Because right now Dawn has Art Yahtzee. Maybe you can share to them what this is about, Dawn.
Um, so I do art Yahtzee. I do art Yahtzee, which is I have a set of dice. Let me get them.
Okay.
I have a set of dice that are called art dice, and they have different prompts, art prompts,
Okay,
like
I can bring in your solo with the overhead. Okay, so you can show that
okay,
one. Okay.
um like the setting and the styles and the medium that you use and the subjects that you're going to paint. But this is good for drawing and painting. And actually, Jay just joined me last month for Art Yahtzee, which was super.
Yes.
So I am going to be starting for this year. It was mentioned when I first started the art dice that it would be really cool to have um, a dice game that would actually cater to card makers. So I have these dice that actually have all of these prompts
Oh, that's
for
so nice.
card makers, whether you use punches or die cuts or bling on the card and
Oh my
ribbon or
gosh, Dawn,
chain.
this is beautiful. Let's
So
do that.
yeah, so I finally found someone, and this was a woman that was on Etsy that actually creates the die. And I had announced it during the art dice with Jay that we're going to start card dice
This is
starting this year.
beautiful. For
So
somebody like me who loves board games and things like this is
yeah,
so nice.
so
Oh,
slimline or fun fold or monochromatic card, add designer paper or foil.
when are you gonna
Um,
start this, Dawn? We are so excited. Oh my goodness. Okay.
I would like to start it. I have like a bunch of personal obligations to take care of for January. So I'm thinking February will be my first month of this, of doing the
Okay.
card
Okay.
dice.
Please do
And
post it. Please do post it, Dawn. We would love to be there, right? So this is super
yeah,
awesome. I love it, and you have the dice to go
yeah.
alongside it. Okay, so Wims already has her word for the year, and she's sharing it with us. It's
Oh,
grateful. Okay, and the
very
guru of
nice.
baseball cards. Do you know his name? Sorry, I don't know. Guru of base.
His name is Dave.
Dave. Hi, Dave. And Dave says, word is come. Perfect.
I shared in my community post, so I see a lot of my subscribers here.
Thank you so much, guys, for being here. Thank you. I would love it once a month. There you go. All right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, see, it was a blast. Yes, Jay, I was there on replay. And it's just not as happy as when we are on the live, right? Because I couldn't engage with the people. I can't wait. Yes, agree, agree. You were awesome, Don. Yes, agree, T.
Oh,
Okay,
thank you
guys.
too.
Guys, Dawn, thank you so much. I took so much of your time. Normally the vlogmas is just an hour, but I love how, I love seeing the process. I love process videos. So thank you so much again, Dawn. And I hope that this is not the
Thank
first
you
and
for
the
having
last.
me.
I
Yeah,
hope that you can come back again for another collaboration with us. Again, thank you so much everyone in the chat for spending the, not Christmas, New Year's Eve with us, guys. So hold on, let's go for okay, Happy New Year, guys. This is me and Don saying Happy New Year to you all. Okay, with that, bye. See you. Okay, starting this week. Okay, no more daily lives. It's just every Wednesdays. Okay, so see you on my crafty nights every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Philippine time. That's very early for you guys. So probably you guys will be on replay. All right, with that done, again, thank you so much.
thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Happy New
Happy New
Year.
Year. All right. Thank you so much, guys, for spending this awesome time with me and Dawn. And hope to see you all in the coming weeks ahead. God bless you. Happy New Year. Thank you again, Dawn. Bye.